Out of the 7 ways in lean manufacturing, overprocessing is one of the trickiest ways to identify. There are multiple reasons to that, and in this video, we are going to learn about 10 examples of overprocessing waste. Come, let's get started. Hi there, this is Anant, your trusted lean manufacturing implementation partner, and in this video, we are going to see 10 examples of overprocessing waste. But before going there, we need to understand what is this overprocessing waste, because overprocessing waste is one of the trickiest ways to identify. It looks like work. For example, overprocessing efforts or activities which we put to compensate for some of our inefficiencies. Okay, these are all some efforts which we have added to the process, but the customers are not going to pay for it. They have not asked for it, right? But we have created this process to compensate for some inefficiencies. There are companies where I have seen people allocate some manpower for this overprocessing waste itself. There will be specific manpower doing this overprocessing waste. They think that it's work, value adding activity, but it is not really a value adding activity. So let's look at some of the examples, right? So the first one is multiple counting between stages. For example, there are like 3-4 stages in a company, and whenever the material crosses from one stage to another, one section to another, there will be a counting, right? So the first department, they count the material, maybe pack it and give it to the stores as WIP. Then the second department, when they are receiving the material, they will again count it, right? And then only they take for production. Similarly, the third department also will do that. And whenever they are giving to the stores, the store person also may count it again, right? All these things are done to minimize the variations in the quantity, right? And if you really look at, it's a multiple counting. Again, there is no value addition in the product, right? We have created this inefficiency because our systems are not able to give the right quantity, or there is a lot of discrepancy in the quantity, and people are fighting with each other. Each department is blaming the other department. That's why we wanted to have this quantity also to be counted every time. This is a clear overprocessing waste. Similarly, there will be multiple inspection also, right? Every time a product crosses a department, right, there will be some inspection. At the end stage, there will be final inspection. Similarly, when it goes to the next department, there will be an incoming inspection. So multiple stages, again multiple inspection. Again, this is completely overprocessing waste, because again we are ensuring that the product is of good quality. We want to filter it in that particular section itself. But even after all these multiple inspections, there are companies where I have seen so many rejections happen at the final stage, right? Meaning these multiple inspections have not worked, right? So this is a clear overprocessing waste. This is example number 2. And then we can also see in many companies redundant documentation, meaning most companies I have seen there are some basic ERPs which are there, right? In some companies SAP, sometimes they have Oracle, right? They have multiple ERP packages installed. But one thing which I found in many companies which are common is the level of data, right? Accuracy. In some companies it is very poor. So what they say is, sir, don't trust the data which is coming out of this ERP. We have a separate Excel sheet where we are having the proper data. And in this case, what is happening? The people are entering the data in ERP, which is not very accurate. They have a separate Excel sheet, right? They think that is accurate, but sometimes people also mention it in the registers, right? Multiple times they enter in multiple Excel sheets. That is also happening. So overall, if you see, there is a lot of data redundancy, redundant documentation, which is happening in many companies. This is example number 3. Example number 4 is multiple packing and unpacking of material between stages. Okay, whenever there is a output from a particular section, it is getting packed into a carton box, then again it's moved to the stores, then it is given to the next level. So every time there is an unpacking and packing of material between stages. And then the 5th example is multiple authorizations. There are some cases where I have seen the same document or same process has to be authorized by 2-3 people, right? Leading to a lot of delays, right? A person may be in some meeting, or he may be on other duty, but because of this delay, the lot of other process will get delayed. So this multiple authorization is also one of the overprocessing which we can try to avoid. And then example number 6 is excess applications of consumables. For example, if grease has to be applied in a particular a joint moving part, people will apply a lot of grease, then they have to wipe off the excess. Similarly, oil, right? Whenever we use oil, there will be a lot of oil spillages. People do it excess, right? Can we apply the right quantity of grease and oil at the first time itself? Right, that is one question which we can ask. So this excess application of consumables can consider to be a overprocessing waste. Then we have the tightening of nuts in one station and loosening of the nuts in another station. Right, in this happens multiple times in assembly areas. For example, they will do a kit, they will tighten the nut and bolt in one area. Maybe after 2-3 stages they will remove the nut and then they will add another part and then again tighten it. So this tightening and loosening of the nuts and bolts, it will happen in multiple stages. That can be considered as an overprocessing waste. And then applying polythene cover for shiny parts, right? Many engineering companies, plastic products, where the surface finish is very important. The aesthetic look of that product is very important, right? There will be a polythene sheet which will be applied to the product to prevent the scratches and dents. So why we are doing it is, we are creating this polythene sheet, we are applying this polythene sheet to prevent the scratches and dust. We are not able to eliminate the scratches and dents from the process, so we have now added a polythene sheet. In many cases the polythene sheet will be removed, after the final inspection they will remove it and then again repack it and send it to the customer. So these polythene sheets may not be required by the customer also. So in that cases it can be called as a overprocessing waste. And then again, after the final inspection, there will be these OK stickers, or sometimes there will be a visual marking which is done with some signatures, some indicators, right? After the final inspection, customer may not require these OK stickers also, right? We are adding this process because in our company there is a mix-up of good parts and bad parts before sending to the customer. So to avoid that, to have a visual indicator, we have created this OK sticker, right? So this is a clear overprocessing waste. And then in many companies we have seen that applying this rust prevention oil, there will be a lot of inventory. So every week or every 10 days there will be someone who is taking the rust prevention oil and paint all the products, cover all the products with this rust prevention oil, and then somebody has to monitor the excess inventory and update it in the system. So this is a clear overprocessing waste. Because there is a lot of inventory, we are putting excess manpower to monitor it. In case we have a continuous flow system where there is not a lot of WIP, right, we don't have this much of a effort. This can be considered as a overprocessing waste. So these are some of the examples of overprocessing waste which I have seen in multiple companies. In your companies also there may be a lot of overprocessing waste. You can share them in the comments. If you like this particular video, you can subscribe to our channel and also click the bell icon so that whenever we post a new video, you'll get a notification, and you can share this particular video with your friends and team members so that they can also learn about overprocessing and start improving in the shop floor. And these are some of the recent comments for our channel. Mr. Saravana Kumar says thank you for one of our videos. Mr. Arvind Kumar also shares thank you. And one Mr. Venki is a maths teacher, and he said the concepts are very well explained. So thank you all of you for a wonderful comment. And then if you are interested in learning, we have our courses. One of the courses is free course called Lean Champion course. It's a 7-day program which you can take, and it covers the basics of lean manufacturing, value stream mapping and fibers in a detailed manner. And at the end you will also get a certification. And if you are interested in learning in depth about lean manufacturing, you can try our Lean Master course. It's a 30-day course with a lot of examples and visual teaching methodology. You can start adopting these lean principles in your workplace itself, right? And people around you will start giving respect, and you will be able to implement a lot of lean solutions in your company. And another program is called Manufacturing Leadership Program. It is a program covering 17 topics for mid-level management executives or manufacturing executives, covering production, quality, maintenance, HR, safety, Excel tips, PowerPoint tips, right? Basics of fibers, basics of lean, basics of Six Sigma. So any manufacturing engineer would require all these courses. So this is like a package. We have more than 15 companies and more than 2000 participants for these paid courses. So you can also try this. I have given the link in the description. Finally, quiz of this particular video is multiple counting between sections are examples of overprocessing waste. Is it true or false? So please give your comments in the comment section. One lucky winner will get a gift from us at the end of the month. So thank you very much for watching. I'll talk to you guys in the next video. See you. Bye-bye.